to This Week in History, a trivia style. 7 questions, all with multiple choice answers, set to medium difficulty. You keep your own score, okay? But I want you to participate. I want you to play along. You can type in the full answer. You can say A, B, C, or D. I don't care. If you change your answer and you go back and change your answer to the correct answer because someone else said something, you give yourself an asterisk. I'm not keeping your score. You keep your score. Here we go. Question number 1. In 1961, which astronaut became the first American in space aboard Freedom 7? Freedom 7, 1961, American astronaut, the first in space. Was it John Glenn, Alan Shepard, Gus Grissom, or Neil Armstrong? The medicine really dries me up, and sometimes swallowing becomes an issue. That's why I'm constantly pounding water. So if you see me losing my brain over here, it's because I can't swallow. Anyway, James has already popped in with John Glenn. I'll repeat the answer so everybody has a chance to. Jessica chops in with John Glenn. 1961, which astronaut became the first American in space aboard Freedom 7? Was it John Glenn, Alan Shepard, Gus Grissom, or Neil Armstrong? I have 2 out of the 3 viewers have responded. Waiting on the 3rd. He says Glenn, I say Glenn, we all say John Glenn. Great astronaut, horrible politician. Question number 2. What famous radio broadcast warning about a fictional alien invasion aired on May 8th, 1938? What famous radio broadcast warning about a fictional alien invasion aired on May 8th, 1938? That's funny. I don't think you meant that to be funny. I'm delaying on giving you the multiple choice answers because I think this is just a little easy. Narrated by the infamous Orson Welles, as Mr. Taney has so correctly explained. Orson Welles was the narrator for this radio show that was so good in its production that the people listening to it thought they were actually being invaded by aliens. And it still holds true. If you listen to it today, it's really that good. Which famous radio broadcast warning about a fictional alien invasion aired on May 8th, 1938? Robert with the funny. Here are your multiple choice options. Was it The Twilight Zone? Was it War of the Worlds? Was it The Day the Earth Stood Still? Or was it Lost in Space? Robert answers with War of the Worlds. Jessica and James, they will be answering soon. And I am prepping for the next question. I thought they would be answering soon. Come on, I've done everything I can do. I take up as much time as possible. Give me your freaking answers. Moving on. I can't wait. Yes, I agree with Robert. War of the Worlds. No, you said Orson Welles or Rosen Wells. You didn't say War of the Worlds. You would not get points for this on Jeopardy. They would say no, wrong. Jessica, she popped in with War of the Worlds. There we go. We got everybody's answer. I'm so glad it's just the 3 of us playing, or the 3 of you playing. You pay attention, sucker. In 1994, which former NFL star was arrested after a nationally televised low-speed chase in Los Angeles? I don't think this is a difficult question. I think this is an easy question. It's 1994. Which former NFL star was arrested after a nationally televised low-speed chase in Los Angeles? There has never been a former NFL star arrested after a nationally televised low-speed chase in Los Angeles. Ever. Except this one. And James correctly answers with O.J. Simpson. I'm not even going to give you the multiple choice options because the multiple choice options are so bad. I mean, they could have used other killers, you know? No, it wasn't Marcus Allen. Take half a point. O.J. Simpson, yes. Marcus Allen, no. But funny. The options that they gave us were O.J., number one, stupid. And Jessica with O.J., correct. We're all saying O.J. because it's that easy. Here are the crazier other options they gave us. Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw, and Bo Jackson. All outstanding, fine, wonderful Americans. They could have given us, there's a lot of people out there that were bad. He was not the driver, Robert. Extra points if you know who the driver actually was. No, who Marcus Allen was somebody who apparently slept with O.J.'s wife. Yeah, not the driver. Which famous ocean liner sank on May 7th, 1915? Again. Oh! Which famous ocean liner sank on May 7th, 1915 after being torpedoed by a German U-boat? I thought I knew, and then there was a comma, and I knew there was more. Which famous ocean liner sank on May 7th, 1915 after being torpedoed by a German U-boat? Here are your options. James pops in without a prompt, the Lusitania. Is he right? Maybe. The RMS Titanic, the RMS Queen Mary, the RMS Lusitania, or the SS United States. Cooper says the Britannica. Cooper should wait for the multiple choice options. Hey, Cooper, good to see you, my friend. The RMS Titanic, the RMS Queen Mary, the RMS Lusitania, or the SS United States. Which famous ocean liner sank on May 7th, 1915 after being torpedoed by German U-boats? Jessica says Britannica. Robert says HMS Dumas. And I agree. Because, World War I's going on. Maybe you shouldn't be out there on a cruise ship. So I got Britannica, Lusitania, and I agree. Oh, she changed her answer. Asterix. I agree. It is also the Lusitania. Question number 5. In 1954, what legendary runner broke the 4-minute mile barrier? Who broke the 4-minute mile as a runner? Now, I'm going to tell you, this is 1954, and humans have evolved since 1954. In the hashing world, we have this annual event that we do called the Beer Mile, where you run a quarter-mile lap, slam a beer, run a quarter-mile lap, slam a beer, repeat, rinse, wash, repeat. In 1954, this legendary runner broke the 4-minute mile barrier, giving it all he could. And in 2024, a hasher did the same thing while pounding 4 beers. As a species, I think we're moving in the right direction. James wanted to say Jesse Owens. Robert said Usain Bolt, which is very funny. It's 1954. This legendary runner broke the 4-minute mile barrier. Was it Roger Bannister, Jesse Owens, Carl Lewis, or the little town round the corner known as Jim Thorpe? Roger Bannister, Jesse Owens, Carl Lewis, Jim Thorpe. If you were listening to me while I was talking about this clue, you may have heard me slip and say the name of the record-breaking person. But in 1954, it was a big deal to run a mile in less than 4 minutes. I'm looking for your answers. All right, James is going to go with Jesse Owens because James was too busy talking, running off at the suck, blah, 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 to hear that I slipped up and said Roger earlier. Robert says Bannister. Waiting on Jessica. And Jessica says Bannister. Oh, no, looks like James got it wrong. How about Cooper? What did Cooper have to say? Did he disagree with his father? Did he give the correct answer? Question number 6. Which U.S. president? And now Owens stood with Hitler for his medal. No, he didn't. He did not. That never happened. Mandela effect got you there, son, because that never happened. Hitler wanted nothing to do with that. Must be Bannister. Yeah, it is Roger Bannister. Which U.S. president announced the end of the European phase of World War II on May 8th, 1945? Which United States president announced the end of the European phase of World War II on May 8th, 1945? Was it, Cooper walked away, now makes sense. Was it Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Harry S. Truman, Dwight David Eisenhower, or Herbert Hoover? Mr. Taney, he pops in with Eisenhower right off the bat. Probably didn't even get to that multiple choice option yet, but it is one of the multiple choice options, and it's wrong. So wrong. Ronaldo Reagan. Very funny. You make me laugh. You got some funny liners there. Not the correct answer, but still funny. So again, your options are Roosevelt, Truman, Eisenhower, or Hoover. Jessica also goes with Eisenhower. Very strange. And Robert goes with Eisenhower. You are all wrong. You are all wrong. And Cooper is wrong. Okay? Here's what it comes down to. It's not Eisenhower, it's not Hoover. It's either Truman or Roosevelt. The question is, has Roosevelt died before the end of end of VE? Did Roosevelt die before VE Day or after VE Day? Because if he died after, then it's him. But if he died before, then it's Truman. That's the only options. That's the only choices. It's either Roosevelt or Truman. I believe Roosevelt is still alive on VE Day, May 8th, 1945. So my answer is Roosevelt. My backup answer is Truman. One of those two is correct. Eisenhower, not correct at all. I love you guys. Question number 7. In 1886, what soft drink was first sold to the public in Atlanta, GA? There's a soft drink being made in Hotlanta. For most of you, you already know the answer. It's 1886. What soft drink was first sold to the public in Atlanta, Georgia? Here are your options. Pepsi, Dr. Pepino, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, man, I could go for a Sprite right now, or Coca-Cola. James pops in with Coke. And And Jeopardy would say that is wrong because there is no Coke. But there is a Coca-Cola. Robert pops in with Coca-Cola. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. Jessica and Cooper, we are waiting on their answers. We're going to accept Coke, James. I mean, you've done bad enough. Dr. Pepper for Coop and I. You know, I wish that was true. Because out of all 4 of those flavors, I love Dr. Pepino the most. I am a huge Dr. Pepino fan. But when they said Atlanta, Georgia, that was the clue that gave it away. It is definitely Coca-Cola. I am typing in answers, please, because I also do not know the answers definitively until I type in answers, please, and then it gives them to me, and here we go. Ah, mercy. Question number 1 was not John Glenn. We all got it wrong. It was, in fact, Alan Shepard. Question number 2 was Orson Welles' narration of the fictional novel War of the Worlds. Later, a horrible Tom Cruise movie. Question number 3 was, of course, O.J. Simpson, not Marcus Allen. Not his driver. Have you figured out who his driver was yet? Question number 4 was the Lusitania. Question number 5 was Roger Bannister. Question number 6, apparently Roosevelt was already dead. Because it was Harry S. Truman. And question number 7, Coca-Cola. But I still want it to be Dr. Pepino. I got a couple of hours before me and Chick Brew get together for the next thing that I got to do today. So I got to go take care of some stuff. I love spending my Sundays with you. Even if it's no one other than you 4. I'm okay with that. It gives me something to do. It gives me a reason to live. To get up and try to make you laugh and smile. And to make you feel bad for not getting 7 for 7. And I didn't get 7 for 7 either. But I did better than you. All right, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Chick Brew sends her love, and thanks for that reminder, Jessica. Happy Mother's Day to all you mother... You see what I was doing there? Lunsby!